Hi, I'm Brenda Jean Power Medicine Woman, and I'm from Medicine Woman Solution. And this is
Amy Schmalz.
When did we start, my dear, of the volunteer, the agreement?
July 10th of 2019.
July 10th of 2019. And I had put out there that I would like somebody to work with. So we could, I would provide my services and she would provide her vulnerability. And we would start implementing healing tools to see if there can be any difference from how to change your life, to wake up. And so this is what happened. So we did. And, the first thing I do is I say, please notice and measure where you're at. What is your thinking? What are your values? What is going on? Notice where you're at. We did that. We did several healings. We had a lot of sessions. I lost some of the videos because my external drive died, but that's okay. I found a couple that was able to help her see the difference. Now, it'd been cool if we could actually found the very first one, but maybe someday. Maybe that's down the road. Spirit has something different. We'll see.
January of this year.
Okay, and the other one that was March. So anyway, the beautiful part was, okay, so now she's been doing this for a whole year, and we didn't do much until we started the academy, and then I had her do the Wheel of Life, which we're going to show you in just a second. And then 6 months of doing the Wheel of Life. Now, during that time, Spirit had reset us, so we weren't doing a lot of personal one-on-one healings because that agreement had changed. It had to. Spirit had other plans. So that agreement we did in July of 2019, it ended probably March, April. In April. And then Spirit has a plan. So, I've always asked her, how you doing? How you growing? Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, I am. I can see a difference. Yes, okay. Has she been getting a voice? Has she been growing? Has her life changed any? And all of these things occur. So we're going to show you what January 2019 was that? No, 2020, this year. All right, so in January, I started the Academy of Medicine Woman Solution, and I had everybody do the wheel. So based on their education and where she has, because she has been healing, what does your wheel look like? And so this is what she drawn. Not bad. And this Wheel of Life, you can begin to notice that the home environment was good, that the joy was good, relationships with family, it's like halfway, so it's like a 5. Her spirituality was good, her creativity is good, relationship source, finances, education, health. I mean, really look at how, relationship to others, and then this one, relationship self, was pretty high. So now if we were to take and 6 months later, I then had them do a recheck, but this time I said, no, I want you to think back. What would it look like? And so then Amy, hold up. And you see the inside, how tiny it is? She realizes that's what it should have been. She thought her life was great, but now when she looked back, she goes, oh my God, I really thought everything was good. Her biggest one is relationship in the family was not very well. Her joy was not very high. And you can see how small it is. Okay, just so you can see, we darkened it up so you could see it better. Okay, so this is the one from August 13th, 2020. And this is how she came to the results of looking at her videos and noticing her growth. And I think that's beautiful. Now, if she holds up the other one, so we can see both side by side, we will then begin to notice that the inner one was should have been her original. Because
No.
that is your January. Where's your July one?
Here's the July one.
Ah, so it doesn't look like much growth, but there is. There has been a difference. But we can see that now, so you can put the July one down. So you have grown, that's good. And then just 1 month later, it has grown a little bit further. And you can see from January, which was the inside one, that she had to redo to notice that, oh, with my level of awareness, I could see I really wasn't there. And now I really can say I have grown this far. Thank you for sharing that. So let's just take a look at what Spirit wants to talk about. Were you able to really consciously feel and know the growth difference? Yes or no?
Not consciously, no. Not until I saw the videos.
And then all of a sudden you tapped into yourself and you're like, oh, I've grown. Now, were you proud of yourself or were you afraid to be proud of yourself?
No, I'm very proud of myself.
Now, the old you would have done some flippant thinking, denigrate thinking, and you would have said what to yourself?
Yeah, no, that's not true. That you can't do that.
So you would have talked yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but because you have used tools to go from the mental and emotional state, was it a healthy state or were the unhealthy states that you were tapping out?
Very unhealthy state.
And these unhealthy states were more of a hellish state instead of a heaven state, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the tools, when you began to use them, regardless of what they were, you were able to begin to notice the thoughts were improving. Yes?
Yes.
And how about the emotions?
They just kind of disappeared.
And when you went, where'd they go? Did you want them back?
No.
No.
Hell no.
Now, for you, it's stuck. You may had to go through different layers, but you became more permanent in your healing. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
When that occurred, your turnaround time of being in hell became quicker, or did you just stay in hell?
No, it went from, probably years to sometimes just 10, 15 minutes.
So that means the state of being in hell, instead of years, was only 10, 15 minutes. So the turnaround time was completely quick. Hello, this is Brenda, Power Medicine Woman, and here is the present moment. Okay, as you can see, the present moment, that's what that is right there. So here you are, let's say you're happy, something bad happens, and all of a sudden you start to spiral out. You're going to come down and think about it, and you're going to try to solve it, and then you're going to get what's called in the hellish state. See that below that? And then eventually you're going to like, okay, oh my gosh, and you use tools. This is where you're going to be using a lot of tools to get around for your turnaround time. And then you get back to this present moment, the thoughts have changed, you're better, your emotions are not as strong, and then you're going to end up getting tested. And if you look to the left here, you'll see where it says being tested. And then you will go up and you'll realize that I am no longer attached, and you have the wisdom that you don't have to react and respond that way. So your inner world creates a better, healthier outer world, and you have reclaimed your power. And now when you come back to the present moment, you'll stop creating the same stories over and over and over again. So resolve to evolve. And you would begin to catch yourself as you're in it going, wait, I don't want to be here. And so now you've moved to the other side of the affinity of being tested, and you're like, oh, still doing good, to the point you've gotten to is that you've evolved away from it, and there is such a significant change. What would you say the one significant change was when you looked at the video?
I don't have to feed into the emotions of the hell that I'm in at that given moment.
Excellent. So in the beginning, when we did it, you saw I had to have kids or I was completely needy. Those were almost absolutely written in stone. That that's who you are, that's your personality,
Mm-hmm.
and you could never imagine changing it.
No.
And now that you're talking 6 months later, well, in this case, a little over a year, how do you feel?
Amazing. Um, yeah, I don't think about having the kids. I mean, and having people in my space now is like, eh, nah. Certain people, I mean, physically in my space.
Yeah, and you can feel the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But before it was I had to, and I can't imagine ever changing. And when you think of that thought, what do you think about that now? When you think, God, I needed to think that way and I felt that way, what just kind of look
Yeah,
back with discernment.
it's. I look back and it's like, wow, I really prostituted myself out.
Very good. Sabotage, prostitute, victimed,
Mm-hmm.
child. I mean, those are the four archetypes, and that's only because you have knowledge and it makes sense now of why you did it. Instead of bashing yourself, you're like, dang, you
Yeah.
still can see your growth. That's good. What else would you like to add for people to know?
Um, it's it can be a hell of a ride, but it can also be one hell of a fun ride.
And the results are always better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and it's funny because you don't know you're not awake. You don't even know you're in hell. But as you begin to walk this process and work with the tools and make yourself a priority, you begin to see the turnaround time. There's less hell, less anxiety, less panic, less depression, less going there, less losing your shit, to
Yeah.
going to the space of, wow, some days can be hell, but because of my turnaround time, I don't mind healing my stuff because that means on the other side of hell is heaven.
That's
And
right.
I know that's the state I want. So you're setting your GPS to set to, and what do you have yours set to right now?
Happiness.
Happiness. Are you getting there?
Yes.
Good. That's always good. So it's at the pace to which you're growing. And it's always good to notice that you can compare yourself from your old self to notice the ability that you're developing. So was there anything natural that's been coming out?
Um, my ears have been changing.
Ooh, do tell.
I've I lost my hearing supposedly due to chemo on the medical front, but it was stuff that I didn't want to hear from when I was a little girl. And as I've been healing my shit, my ears have gotten better to the point where if my phone, like if I want to watch a video when I go to bed, take out my hearing aids, I can hear it. Whereas 6, 8 months ago, I had to hold it, right up to my ear. Whereas now I can actually.
Oh my God, that's awesome. What about the crickets or the cicadas or the ringings?
It's still always there, but it's changed in frequency and tone. Um, right now, it's more of a whooshing jingle bells, and this one's still cicadas.
So
But
when they do increase and change, you automatically start to realize, what was I thinking? What just happened? You learn to question.
Mm-hmm.
And you also now can employ rubbing source points or a healing tool that can help correct, balance. So you're using
Yep.
it as an awareness tool now.
Mm-hmm. And I finally figured out lately that, especially when my ears get really, really loud, to the point where if I'm watching TV or something, I have to turn it up. Something somewhere has triggered something that I didn't want to hear.
Very proud.
And it took me a while to figure that out, but I think it was about a week or two ago that I figured that out.
Excellent. Okay, what about your sugars?
My sugars, they've been on point.
Okay, so what were they? Give us a parameter. What would come out? How can we?
Okay, normal is between 80 and 120.
Mm-hmm.
When I started this journey with Brenda back in June of last year, I was running in the high 300s daily.
Wow.
With an A1C of 7 or 8.
What's an A1C?
A1C is like, it's like a 3-month, they draw your blood, and it's like 3 months of
Evaluation.
sugars.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And so that's been normal, better, improved? What do they think?
It is, I was there in July, it was 5.6, I believe, which is actually below normal.
Okay, so what's the average of that when you measure that number? It's meant to be like 7?
Is 6.
Is 6. What was it back in June of 2019?
I believe it was like 8 or 9.
Okay, and then now it is under. What do they say about that?
They have been dropping my insulin I go every 6 months.
So do people think it's because you're exercising or eating right?
They have no clue.
Oh, it's a miracle.
Pretty much.
Excellent. Excellent. I think those are 2 great examples. Now, how's your relationships? Do you feel like they've improved? Do you feel like it's more of an equal thing? You're not selling yourself short anymore?
I'm not selling myself short. And I don't see him, I don't hear him more than once a week.
Excellent. Okay, what about friends? Is the quality of friends changed just because you're in a state?
Yeah.
And those people you thought you couldn't live without?
I don't even know where the hell they are now.
Excellent. So when we cling so deeply onto something or someone, and you begin to wake up and to love yourself and to get your power back, the things that you thought you were going to die or because you lost them, have decided that they're no longer in your space, and you didn't even know they disappeared. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's like,
and when you look at that, are you like shocked?
It's like, wait, what? Where'd they go? Well, it doesn't matter.
It's good, as long as you don't see it as loss. And you are okay with growing and becoming more you. Is that correct?
That's right.
Are you going to continue this journey?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And if I didn't exist, would you be able to keep what you got and continue your journey?
Yes, I would.
It's because why?
Because you have taught me that everything I really need to know is within me. And the tools that you have taught are amazing, and I don't know how to explain it. It's this knowing that I can do it. I can heal myself.
So you have the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You're enough now.
Mm-hmm. I am.
You always have been. You just finally realized that you're whole and you have enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting better and better every day.
Yes.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you. So is there anything else you'd like to say to people?
Reevaluate your values.
Ooh, big one. Oh, yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. Because one of the things that we do when you get really into it, because I'm about ready to open up the academy, is you're going to be evaluating how your life is. And when you look back at your video,
it was, I valued my family first. It was family and friends. And then,
did you even make it on the list?
Probably, maybe 10.
Okay. And what else?
The cats. Material things.
What about the cats? That's valued.
Yeah, but they're still valued. They're highly valuable to me.
Ah, they're moved up the list.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay.
But now it's authenticity, being genuine, spirit, just believing in myself.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. I love the growth. And I'm so thankful that you were able to be on this journey with me and them. So I know we're going to have another meeting, but when I say those words, resolve to evolve, they mean something, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And what's the other one?
Heal instead of deal.
You can heal that.
Feel it to heal it.
When in doubt,
heal it out.
And when you doubt,
heal it out.
That's right. And as always, stay blessed.
Stay blessed.